Hello Taurus, so I'm doing your weekly tarot for June 18th to the 25th. I'm going to take a look at what is going on in your situation. We'll find out why it's happening. We're looking at what's going on in your blind spot, figuring out anything that's working for you at this time, and of course we're seeing how it is likely going to play out. Okay, so yeah, we're also going to do healing and guidance messages right at the end, so I never leave these readings open-ended. Okay, the card that came shooting out for you there, Taurus, was astral travel, and it says caution needed. And it goes on to say, observe your surroundings, keep sensitive information confidential, keep your vibration high, and be aware of manipulation by others. Okay, now, obviously, for some, this could literally be astral travel, astral projection. Now, if you are partaking in that, I've never been able to do that. Tell me, what is your trick to do it? I've never been able to manage it. But not only that, they do say that you need to give yourself some sort of anchor point, don't you? So that you are completely safe while you are astral traveling, right? Now, for some, that's going to sound really quite woo, and that's absolutely fine, right? It's not going to be for everybody, granted. Now, with this one, keep your vibration high, right? So the fact that they're telling you that, Taurus, straight away already lets me know, which is why I said, oh, nice. It already lets me know that you are vibrating quite high already, okay? So keep your vibrations high, and that way you're not going to be an energetic match for anyone who would wish harm upon you, okay? Also, yes, be cautious. Someone is likely trying to manipulate you. That is very, very possible. Because you are being told to be cautious and mindful of others manipulating you at this time, and to just, observe your surroundings. Okay, so consider your daily practices when you leave the house. Have you left the house already with your headphones on or headphones in, and some sort of distraction going on your phone? Are you looking down at your phone after you've left your house? Do you know what I mean? These things are not going to be helpful for you this week, Taurus, right? Honestly, it's like I keep telling my kids, like, whenever you leave the house, not be hyper vigilant or hyper aware, but just be aware of your surroundings, okay? Because when you consider the way that predatory individuals' minds work, who are they going to target? They're going to target someone who's not paying attention. They're going to target someone who is distracted, someone who is looking at their phone, someone who is not walking with confidence. Okay, they're going to target someone who's sort of hunched over. You know it, okay? You've got to think in terms of the lions in wherever lions live, when they're hunting, okay, they typically will not go for the healthiest stock of antelope or deer or whatever it is that they're hunting, right? Risk assessment. They are doing an internal risk assessment, which is why they will single out the weakest or the lamest of the herd to take out, okay? So obviously, I don't want you guys freaking out and panicking, okay? Because I'm not in the business of selling fear, because fuck that shit. This is literally all about how you can empower yourself this week, how you can protect yourself this week, okay? And they're saying the best way that you can do that, Taurus, is for you to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of anybody trying to play games with you, trying to manipulate you, okay? Especially if you're out in a foreign country as well, like a place that, you're not a regular, okay? Just caution is needed to also keep your vibe high. We'll find out more about this one in a second with the tarot. I just need to pull the strongest energies that's going on for you guys this week. Okay, so you're combining astral travel with living light energy, and it says to see the beauty in life, spend time in nature, and crystal healing. Okay, now again, it might sound a little too woo for some, okay, and that's absolutely fine. We're all entitled to our own opinions. If you feel that you're needing an extra helping hand this week, Taurus, either with your concentration or with your healing or with protection, then consider crystal healing, okay? Again, it does work for some people. It doesn't work for everyone. You just have to find what works for you, okay? Spending time in nature, obviously, that's going to help you to stay grounded and present in the current moment, okay? It can really help to clear the mind of clutter as well. Again, I feel that a lot of people don't give that enough credit. Spending some time out in nature where possible, it can really help you get back to basics, okay? Because keeping in mind, we are a part of nature. We are not apart from nature. We're not separate from nature. And granted, in today's modern world especially, where everything's so fast-paced and where there is a lot of emphasis on the physical realm, the physical world, money, how to make more of it, how to save more of it, you know, that's all physical stuff, physical worries. And we can quickly forget that actually we are natural animals as well, and we have become so far removed, so far disconnected from our ancestors, who would typically live their life in a very cyclical manner, okay? So it's like eating fruits and seeds and berries and nuts that were in season for that area at that time, right? We've become so far removed from all of that, because obviously if we're wanting fruit that is out of season, we're getting it imported from different countries. Do you know what I mean? So maybe start looking at things like that. Where is it that you're from genetically, and what would be in season right now for your genetic makeup? Do you know what I mean? That's going to give you little pointers towards what you should be eating, what you should be consuming, right? Things like that. It all adds up, basically. So yeah, perhaps this week that is going to be the focus for some. But either way, getting back in tune with nature, what is natural for you, and that's going to help you to see the beauty in life as well. I mean, I love the way that this card is illustrated, right? Because you've got this looks like this city skyline here, and then you've got this gorgeous tree of life that is growing right in the middle of that city skyline. Okay, so again, it's a brilliant reminder of, yes, even if you live in a built-up area, see if you can get back to nature, because we are natural animals. Okay, so let's take a deeper dive into this one. Can you have more information for Taurus, please? What is going on this week for our Taurus collective? Can you tell us more about this manipulation? What's going on with the manipulation, and why Taurus is needing to be aware of their surroundings? Can we have any further information on that? Okay. The energy is very jarring. Okay. What I mean by that, Taurus, is it feels like the deck is stuttering when I'm trying to handle the deck. When the deck stutters, it can mean a few different things, but for your energy specifically, I feel like it's saying 1 minute you're going to know exactly what you're doing, where you're headed, where you're going, and then the next minute you might become consumed with doubt, okay, or fear, something that sort of holds you back. Okay, so it's very stuttering, the energy. Now, we're clarifying who it is that's trying to manipulate you at this time and why you're needing to be aware of your surroundings, because I feel that that part of the messages that I've already given you are worth further investigation. Okay, the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Now, it seems to be that this is someone who is trying to play nicey nice with you, right? It feels like they are trying to go over and above to impress you. Now, this person, you're gonna be picking up on them being fake, okay? You might not be able to put your finger on exactly why you're getting this fake energy from them. It's because they're trying to overcompensate to some degree in order to try and impress you, okay, with this Knight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles energy. Now, it might be going on within a workplace or within a professional setting, because sometimes the Eight of Pentacles can be within a professional setting, okay. It can also indicate other areas of your life as well, such as this person trying to go above and beyond to impress you because they are wanting to move in with you, right? Now, if this is someone that you don't know very well, then they're going to be going over and above to make out like they are this perfect, flawless person, right? And as we all know, ain't nobody perfect or flawless, right? So you are going to be picking up on this fakery from them, all right? That's pretty much where it's coming from. Why are they doing it? Because I would say with this energy, because they're not very confident within themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like when someone tries to overcompensate and put on this huge show of I'm such a nice guy or I'm such a nice gal. Sometimes, I hate to say it, it's because they're actually not. Right? If anybody has to make a big song and dance about how lovely and wonderful and perfect they are, there's going to be something up with that, okay? There really, really is. Okay, let's find out what's going on. Catalytic energy. So the reason why this is happening, guard your energy. So Spirit's being really consistent here with you guys, okay? It says to visualize positive outcomes. Lunar cycles are influential, so you are being influenced at this time by the phases of the moon, okay? You could be feeling particularly emotional. What I mean by that is not like crying or blubbering, right? I don't mean that kind of emotional. What I mean is just emotions feeling more intense. So more intense happiness, more intense excitement, more intense fear, more intense worry, okay? Because you are being heavily influenced by the cycles of the moon. Now, I'm out of touch at the moment with the cycles of the moon. I've just had one of those insane months. Honestly, it's been insane since December. Like this past 6 months has just been hectic, full on. So I am way out of tune with astrology and moon phases and all the rest of it. I'm normally genned up on it, right? This year, not even close, not even at all. So you might want to go do your own research and find out what moon phase we're in. And again, it's going to be different for you depending on where you are geographically as well. Okay, so do keep that in mind too. And yeah, from that point on, then you can figure out what part of your emotional world is being like the heaviest influenced by that phase of the moon. You've got to guard your energy, Taurus. Listen, there is someone who is up to no good here. 100%. Like I said, Spirit is being very consistent with you guys today. So why does Taurus need to guard their energy? Please, can we have further information on that? I don't know if you saw that then. Do you see what I mean about the energy being quite abrupt? It is abrupt. Okay, the Ten of Swords and the Hermit. So potentially could be dealing with Gemini, Virgo. You've got Virgo again there with the Eight of Pentacles. And I don't recall who is the, okay, yeah, Pisces. Okay, Pisces as well for the Page of Cups. The catalyst is because something's over, something's ended, and ultimately this individual doesn't want things to be over with you. Okay, again, could be within the professional world. For others, it's going to be romantic. Take it as it resonates, right? And I feel as well, it's just the way that this Hermit is kind of looking out this way. Instead of the cards coming out like that, where the Hermit would be looking directly at the Ten of Swords, the Hermit's looking away from the Ten of Swords. It's almost like someone that you're dealing with, Taurus, is trying to delay the inevitable or ignore what has already happened. Do you know what I mean? Feels to me like they're trying to undo something here, and they're trying to undo the Ten of Swords, so potentially trying to undo a betrayal, or trying so hard not to take accountability for their part in the Ten of Swords, which is an ending of a situation, a connection, a friendship, anything like that. Okay, doing basically anything and everything possible so that they don't have to look at what it is that they've done. Okay, that's literally why the cards have come out in the sequence that they've come out in. It says that Hermit is sort of looking away from the Ten of Swords. It's like, no, I don't want to see what it is I've done. I don't want to acknowledge what it is that I've done. Okay, potentially a betrayal. So again, take it as it resonates, but that's the catalyst basically. So with this person playing nicey nice, being overly nicey nice, yes, that is a manipulation tactic, I am afraid to say. It is what it is, right? You know, oftentimes when I'm doing readings, I really wish that I had a magic wand that I could just make everything better for everyone with. And because I can't do that, I'm going to level you, Taurus. I feel helpless as fuck oftentimes when I'm reading tarot. Because I'm like that, I can't think of a solution for this. I can't help whoever it is that's going through this, right? I can't solve it for them, and it makes me feel helpless and horrible. And I'm feeling that right now because I wish that I could help. I wish that I could make this situation better, right? But obviously I cannot. So yeah, it just leaves me feeling really frustrated. Anyway, what's going on in your blind spot? Creative spark, and it says to explore your creativity. Okay, Taurus. So there's something deep within you that is screaming to come out, and it's your creative and artistic side. Okay, so any and all creative inspirations that hit you this week, it is imperative that you follow through with them. Okay. Now, you can also see this individual here is kind of like in a bit of a yoga pose, and we've got all of the chakras lit up, okay? This is a very powerful metaphor for you getting back in touch with your true sense of self. And apparently the best way that you can do that, Taurus, is through doing something that really helps you to embrace that more artistic flair of yours. Okay. And here's the deal as well. You know, if you're one of these where you feel that meditation doesn't quite work out for you, right, in the traditional sense of the word, I'll let you in on a secret. It doesn't typically work for most. That's because they're trying to meditate using someone else's formula. Now, other people's ways of doing things is not necessarily going to work for you. So you have to find some form of meditation that is going to work for you. Okay, and apparently by doing something creative, by you keeping your hands busy, that is going to be some form of meditation for you. Okay, some people get that through writing, through drawing. Some people get it through diamond painting, cross stitch, knitting, sewing, metalwork, literally anything, model painting. Okay, literally the list is endless. A lot of people will actually find that when they're keeping their hands busy and they're doing something creative, because again, that's a very ancient thing for humans to do. We are put on this planet to create. Okay? And modern living does not allow us the time, the freedom of time to be creative. Do you see where Spirit's going with this message? Right? We are designed to create. That's why we are so dexterous compared to other animals. Right? So by doing something creative and keeping your hands busy, for you, that might prove to be a very effective form of meditation. So that's why Spirit's telling you guys to lean into your creative sparks and your creativity. What else for Taurus's blind spot? The King of Cups, yeah. Something that you love, something that brings you joy. This one is also about that emotional stability as well. Okay, a King of Cups energy, again, doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. That's someone who is completely comfortable and secure with their own feelings. All right, see? The Three of Swords. So King of Cups with the Three of Swords. So blind spot, your soft nature, and that's not a negative, right? Your empathy has been taken advantage of. That has hurt you on a very deep level. And you are currently in emotional recovery, okay? Even though that's the masculine aspect, it's still an empath, right? It's still an empath. So what we've got is you putting boundaries on your empathy, okay? And that's helping you to heal and recover here. That's helping you to get back in touch with your softer nature, okay, without freely giving it just to anybody and everybody. All right, there's definitely emotional healing and heart healing that's taking place this week. Okay, vibration. This is what is working out for you this week, Taurus, and it says to keep your energy signature high. Now that's twice you've had that message about keeping your vibe high. Okay, you're influenced by your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, and how you care for your body. All right, so what's really working out for you this week, Taurus? We've already had this message about how to care for your body, and Spirit was leaning you more towards looking at what is in season right now in your local area, or for your body. Look how that's like genetic makeup there, right? Give it some thought, give it some consideration. All right. So for example, my genetic makeup is Celtic and Norse, right? So I would be looking at what, because they would have eaten a lot of grain, nut and berries. So for my thing, I'd be looking into, right, what grains, nuts and berries are currently in season right now, because that's what I should be eating. Yeah. So again, same deal, but more sort of leaning towards what would be in season for you and for your genetic makeup. Okay. Because bearing in mind, your body, I don't fully know, of course, all of the scientific stuff behind it, because that's way out of my own thought process, right? But you know how everyone's bodies are different? Well, that's the same for like stomach and all the icky stomach bacteria as well. Like everyone is different, and it does go according by your background, right? It really does. So yeah, investigate what is it that your body is lacking at this time and how you can give it what it needs. Yeah, what is it that your ancestors would have eaten? Okay, there you go, the Ace of Cups. So this one, while yes, it can indicate new love, new romance, we have to read within context, okay? The context is what is working for you. So receiving more love in your life, obviously that's going to work for you. And also giving more love to others as well. Keeping within context, keeping your vibration high. Everything that you do, do it in love. Do it from a place of love. But also more love towards self and your body and your physical needs. Okay? Always, always, always read within context. Context is everything. What else is going to work for Taurus, please, this week? Oh, Page of Swords. Some sort of investigation work. Okay. Again, we've covered the areas that Spirit is wanting for you guys to investigate. Self-care, creative aspects, your heart healing, and of course, keep an eye on that dodgy asshole that's in your energy right now. Keep an eye on them. Okay? Make sure that if anything untoward is going on with them and you're getting icky feelings off of them, you pull on that thread and you keep pulling on that thread. Okay? Trust in your hunches this week, Taurus. Right? How this is likely going to play out. Soul fragments, balance will be restored. Reclaim your inner power. It says skillful self-awareness to reclaim or recall a soul fragment. Now, I'll tell you exactly what this is, and it is heavy, but it does have a happy ending. Okay? The heavy part is, you know, when someone's been through a significant trauma, to the point where they genuinely feel like a part of their soul has been taken or a part of their soul has died because of that trauma. Taurus, at some point, this has happened to you. Okay? Either by the hand of another person or just through life being a bit of a shit, which sometimes it can be, right? So it feels like your soul has fragmented you're in the process of reclaiming those pieces of your soul. Okay, that's the happy ending part. And with this being how this is likely going to play out, it's saying you will be very successful in reclaiming those missing pieces of yourself without the expectation that those missing pieces of yourself can be found within another person, because we all know, right, is not going to be found within another person. Maybe you've tried that and it didn't work, right? I think at some point every person on the planet has tried that, okay? But not everybody does reach to that level of understanding and awareness that actually it can't be found within another person, okay? You will find, Taurus, it sounds a bit cheesy, it was within you all along. You just need to reclaim it. Okay, it's really hard to articulate, right? I have been through that before, right? And it's kind of, yes, I would say it's like doing the shadow work, right? But it's a bit more than that. It really is a bit more than that. And it is very hard to articulate. Honestly, Taurus, you're going to start to feel more like yourself. And I'm not talking about the person that you used to be. I'm talking about the person you were always supposed to be. Do you know what I mean? That part of yourself that always feels familiar, yet always feels ever so slightly out of reach. I said it was hard to articulate. I'm trying my best, right? You're going to get to the point where you genuinely start to feel, yeah, this is me. This feels right. This feels normal and natural. Okay, it's that place that I'm on about. Okay, so that's the potential outlook that you're facing right now, Taurus. Can you tell us more for how this is likely going to play out? Your balance will be restored. Oh, interesting. You've got the Hanged Man here that's come out, and it's practically in the reverse position, but not quite, right? That position's entirely reversed. It came out like that. You're going through the process. Taurus, absolutely, at some point during your process, you are going to feel, fuck me, this is hard. You're going to feel upset as well, okay? I'm not going to lie. You are going to feel upset. You are going to feel sorry for yourself. And do you know what? You've got every right to be, okay? I'm not going to sit here and tell someone, like, oh, you can't feel sorry for yourself, yada, yada, yada. Because, Taurus, that is literally part of the process. Is literally part of the process that you're going through, okay? That's why your Hanged Man has come out in that orientation. Yeah? Six of Cups. There it is. Past energy. How this is likely going to play out. I feel, because this can indicate something going on a soul level. Sometimes it's about soulmates and soul contracts and whatnot. Past, nostalgia. It's also gifts, and I feel like you're giving yourself the best gift possible, and that is you reclaiming your soul, reclaiming pleasure and fun in your life. Okay, there's, honestly, it sounds cheesy again, I'm really sorry, Taurus. It's reunion with your true self. Okay, that's how this is going to play out. Look, your strongest current overall energy is 5 of Pentacles, which is this lack energy. It's the place of struggle, the place of strife, the place of feeling like you don't fit in, feeling like you don't belong, or being isolated, okay? Either by choice or by force. It is isolation to some degree, definitely. So that's your current overall energy. You're working through the process of coming out of that mindset, okay? Right, so let's get you some healing and guidance. Have some healing messages for Taurus, please. There it is, the Sun Bear, and that one's come out in the reverse position. Now, I'll find out in just a minute why that is reversed. Got to find the page first. Sun Bear, what page are you on? 63. Right, let's take a look. Okay, so this one says, I love these cards. They are amazing. Right, sun bears live predominantly in the Southeast Asia, where they prefer to spend most of their time watching from the trees. The distinctive golden chest patch reflects the warmth and life of our sun. The sun bear is considered the embodiment of spiritual power and strength. Their intuition and self-reflection help one to heal through harmony and balance. As part of the Ursidae family, they also share common spiritual traits of intuition and introspection. The strength of bear medicine is seated with the power to restore harmony and balance in order to heal. Many cultures refer to the bear spirit as the great healer. This card means to summon the strength to help steady your spirit. Listen to your intuition and let it guide you. Now, the fact that that came out in the reversed position is actually really quite telling, Taurus, okay? Because you do have the powers of intuition, introspection, the powers of strength, the power to heal yourself, okay? With it being reversed at the moment, you're not necessarily believing in your own power and in your own strength. All right. You absolutely do have what it takes, but you need to know that. All right. So yeah, let's take a look at the shitty deck just for a little bit of light-hearted fun at the end of your reading. And we've got, sometimes you feel like shit and sometimes you aren't happy about it, but it's better to feel like shit than to be full of shit. Yep. And if you want to soar, climb that mountain, run faster than you've ever ran, you need to get rid of all the shit that weighs you down. So travel light, okay? But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that you will find in my description box below. Thank you so very, very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.